Hello, everyone. This is Dean with Angry Engine Games. Today we're going to be doing day 8 of the Shadowdark 365 challenge. What you see in front of you today is just a teaser of a map that I had made years ago that I'm basing this setting upon. The world of Oral, actually, and this is just one continent, which is Elevan. Um, Kind of like a large continent that is separated by ocean with the rest of the world. But just wanted to give you a little teaser, give you a little look of what's to come. So here is the Kingdom of Volkhorn. You have the Kingdom of Jandar here. You have the Kingdom of Phelan, the Kingdom of Noctirin, the Kingdom of Vescari, which really isn't a kingdom, pretty much it's just savage lands. You have the Narendal. You also have way over here to the east, you have Bornea in Kimor. So each of these are very distinct, they have their own people, cultures, that kind of thing. And we'll get into more of that as we go on. But today, let's go ahead and get something made for, as in the assets we have. Now, I have a bunch of assets already created that I ran, adventures in this setting for quite a while. Using the Savage World system with players. And I have a lot of locations, lore, things like that that have built up over time with that. But we're going to keep building more assets, and it's better to have extra and throw out stuff than to not have enough. So let's go ahead and roll to see what we're making today. So it looks like another dungeon room. So dungeon rooms, the weight on that is 117 still. So it's still really high compared to everything else. So it's going to come up a lot. So let's go ahead and create a dungeon. So let's go to dungeon room, see what kind of room it's going to be. Most likely we're going to place this in our last creation that we made yesterday. With the new dungeon, because I think that one had 11 rooms. So we need to fill it out a bit. So let's go ahead and see what it's going to have. So it's going to have another creature. So we don't need the site, because I think we can go with site that we had found or we had created yesterday. So let's go to dungeons here. And this is the Monastery of the Veiled Order. So we know what this is so far, right? It's a fortified pilgrimage location for a dark religion. And I told you that there's a god in this setting named Ingruk. And so the room we created yesterday was a kobold that is a kobold slave or prisoner that is in this fortified ruin. And you can try to get help from him or that kind of thing, because he is desperate to do anything to get out of there or to gain his own freedom. So let's go ahead and create room 2. So we know it's a creature. And unfortunately, I still haven't fixed the encounter tables, but that's fine. I'm going to add a little more flavor to this. Let's go to features. So there's some kind of hidden stash in one of these rooms. Standard gear, things like torches, lanterns, food, maybe, that kind of stuff that you're going to, oil flasks, that kind of thing you're going to find somewhere in this dungeon. So it's going to have a creature, but also hidden in the room is going to be a stash of goods. So let's go ahead and I'm going to roll on the encounter table. I want to get an idea. We're gonna roll for let's go to wilderness. We're going to go ahead and roll for ruins and for tombs, because this is a haunted area. A lot of times we want to try to find creatures that are going to fit well in here. And if we don't like any of them, we could just come up with our own. So let's go ahead and click on ruins. I'm going to go ahead and click on this seasoned again. So it's animated armor. Okay, so in this case, there's 7 of them, which is a lot. But this is I believe this was what's the, let's look and see what the levels 4 to 6. Actually, multiple suits of armor would be sufficient in here because I think they're kind of a low tier. So let's go ahead and we're gonna build a new room. So let's go ahead and edit this. I'm gonna go ahead and room 2. We'll put armory. How about that? So in the armory, we have suits of armor, weapons, gear. We're not going to go with the 7 in there, right? I think that might be a little overkill for the room, but I do like it to be random. So let's go with, since this is a mid-level dungeon, let's go with 1d4 plus 1 animated armor. Guard the room. And attack anyone that does not provide let's go with, since it's a religion, I want to go with some kind of tenet that maybe this dark religion speaks. Always hitting too many keys there. So let's go ahead and make it a religious tenant. So we're just going to do this. Let's go with underlined. I just want to, we're going to underline and bold. This is. So it's going to be some kind of tenant to Ingruk that we can come up with, like a saying, like maybe like blessed is the devourer of souls, or the soul keeper, or something like that. Now, there's some more information you're going to get here. Ingruk actually is the Lord of Souls. He was originally one of the 9 first created in the whole macroverse or cosmos kind of setting. And he was what was known as the Lord of Souls. So let's go with something with Keeper of Souls. And then let me go ahead and shut off the bold and the underline and hit space. All right, so they got to say provide a tenant to Ingruk or the attack. In the room is the following treasure. Let's go with 2 suits of chainmail. One suit of plate mail. Well, it seems like a lot. All right, so let's. The animated armor is I say we make it look like it is more suits of plate mail in there, right? So let's get rid of this. Let's go past here, and we're gonna go ahead and go back up to here. Stands, sit, in the room displaying suits of armor and racks of weapons. The animated armor looks to be just another suit armor on display. All right, so sorry. All right, so in the room, we'll say 2 suits of chainmail, no plate mail. Let's just go with some leather. Three suits of leather. Two long swords. Mace. 4 daggers. 2 oil. A rope. 3 torches. 3 rations. So we could roll this all up randomly, but we also could just add it like this. So in this room 2 is the armory, where it's going to have supplies that the characters can gain, but also some danger, as in there's going to be a few animated armor that are going to attack, since they're not going to know the tenant that they need to declare once entering the room. So I think that's a good one. I think this one has 9 rooms, so we're at 2 now. So we should, we'll keep going with this one. And I think, let me see, tenant. There we go, tenant. And let me fix this. So stands. Okay. So I think that'll do it for today. And I'll see you all tomorrow. And like, subscribe, comment below, and I will try to respond to everyone that that comments. Thank you, and have a good one, guys.